all the way down. Well, apparently not all the way down. Where are you at? There you are. The first character that I created because it was one of the first powers to ever come out. And now I have this annoying woman talking on it. I know I hear her.
You're one of the best in your field. So cool.
So I need to look at my. I need to redo my skill points.
Yes. Well, it appears
because
that something fishy.
We're changing it up.
From the reports we're getting, it seems like, well,
la 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 la. I don't need to listen to you.
Are attacking people on the streets.
So we're gonna take a look at electricity. Electricity was one of the first 3 powers to come out for stats revamp testing back in December. Playing electricity in the stats revamp gave me high hopes that the developers are on the right track. Electricity DPS is great. It is viable. It is saucy, even. And it really was one of the first powers, because it was electricity, ice, and I want to say gadgets were the first powers. It might have been mental. They were the first powers to come out onto test. And electricity was, what you been wearing dresses for? Who you going out to see? Don't make me come up there. So, and everyone knows, oh, it was mental? Okay, thank you. So everyone knows that electricity was, or is on live servers, a bad child. No one wants to touch it. No one wants to ever look at it. So we needed to fix it. So luckily we have this now. Okay, that's very true, Pixie. It's very true. So, with no skill points... What is it? No skill points, right? Yeah. No skill points, and I am modded with 8s. Damn it, I am seriously screwing this up. So, I'm modded with 8s with this gear. Whatever. So, I'm still CR. Equipped as 166. 19,000 wearing 8s. 1 sec. So we're gonna mess around with our stats a bit. Super speed. And we are going to go in here. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to take a look at electricity, play from the tray, and then we're going to take a look at the weapon. My electric character does have weapons only playstyle, so we're going to use it. Alright, so let's go ahead and knock this out. And while I'm holding the space bar, I'm going to take some Sunny D, because I'm thirsty. Next! I got some Gatorade, I probably could have used that. Everyone does. That just gives you proof that I'm actually texting you back. So we'll use the Power Mastery, and we're putting 100 points in. What? I'm thirsty. I've been talking all night. I didn't use weapons only on Rage. I know we're going to use that. I want to test out that leash loadout idea again. But, I know electricity has the weapons playstyle. I specifically made it with electricity when it first came out. And I want to go back and play with it more. Alright. So wearing 8s, I probably, yep, way higher power, way higher power. But the, but Rage doesn't have a weapons only because, but electricity does, because electricity actually has, I gotta fix it apparently. But electricity does have precision loadout. It does have that. So let me take a look and see what my actual loadout for damage is. So did I do a, was this my polarizing? Oh, this was my polarizing and electric. And circuit breaker was to increase the damage for everything. So I use static push as my supercharged generator so I can get circuit breaker up faster. Let me look and see what your new Twitch pick is. Oh yeah, I remember that picture. Looks nice. Damn, damn Cap, damn. Savage, bro. So with this loadout, it was polarize the enemies, electrify the enemies. Yes, that's the reason why I remember it. What? Did Arwen go live when I'm going live? How dare she? So this loadout kind of is confusing because, well, it's kind of confusing. It's also actually probably really power heavy if I remember it, because like electrocute and electrostatic bomb should be both 300s. That seems very wrong on my part. Voltaic bolt that I'm using is a 300. Electrostatic 300. Electrocute 300. Dear God in heaven. Fuck it. I'll use this loadout. Might as well. Oh, you are pretty. The distance is what kills me. This, let me try it without enemies. I'll use static, use electric, voltaic bolt, electrocute, and electrostatic bomb. Jesus. Well, I'm okay. Let's give it a whirl. I don't think that this loadout is really going to be... I mean, and this is what it means by loading up. I think I probably use this loadout in a raid. I think. Because I have 3 high power costs and 2 200s. No lobies. So let's... I feel like this is going to get really dangerous.
It's not enough we have sister fighting sister. Now we have unruly shades.
But this loadout does... It utilizes both power interactions, polarized and electrified. So static push will polarize enemies, and that will increase the damage for electrostatic bomb. Arc lightning will electrocute enemies, and that will increase the damage with my electrocute and my voltaic bolt. But electrocute will not. The damage from electrocute will not double the damage if there's electrified and polarized enemies. Electrocute will choose one or the other, and I'm not sure. And I honestly don't think it's really going to matter. It's only just going to basically say, hey, one of these is there. We'll do we'll do it. So it's not really going to damage, but let's see how this works. I'm playing from the tray, baby. Play from the tray. I unloaded. This is also another thing, and this is my loadout's fault too. So with electrocute, we still have dots. It's still dots. It's dots galore. It still functions in that normality. So, and I always felt that with electricity, it's going to shine in hybrids. You unload your dots, you do weapon attacks, and then refresh your dots, weapon attacks, refresh your dots. In Play from the Tray, we have to mess around with it now, because Play from the Tray, it's okay to have some dots, but the majority of your business is going to be burst. And you're going to get your burst from your polarized abilities. So, unless you're static bomb it, you can almost spam it because of how fast it comes. It just bothers me that a track pulls them towards you. I don't like that. But shockwave though. Shockwave we can use. So I think how it works is electrified power interaction is going to be your damage over time. Polarized is going to be your burst. So let's create a polarized loadout, and we'll use some burst. So we have static push, polarized enemies from shockwave. We're going to keep electrostatic bomb because that's our goodie. What else uses polarized? I mean, honestly, we may use Electrogenesis. We may use Electrogenesis just to have some damage auras going. So we'll replace that with Electrocute. And finally, we'll take Bolt, Spark Barrage. We'll probably use. Actually, we're going to switch it up and we're going to put Flux in. So as a DPS player, you're not going to get heals. You're going to take damage. Damage is going to come in. Luckily, shield strength, shields are fucking amazing. You will absolutely love shields. Love, 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 love. And so I'm going to use Flux in this loadout for protection purposes. I could probably put in maybe like Galvanize or Biocapacitor. Not probably Biocapacitor, but probably Galvanize. You can probably put some self-healing onto you, but you'll want to. I'll have my shield to protect me from incoming damage, and work with that. El Guapa! What's going on? And J2K, I know you're still watching. I see you. Twitch told me you're watching. So, alright, so we have static push to polarize enemies. Shockwave is going to do extra damage. Electrogenesis is just there for support. And then Electrostatic Bomb is going to do some big dot damage. And then we have Flux as our safety net. And we have Circuit Breaker as another power to actually increase damage. Alright, let's see how this layout works. This is all about burst damage. Alright. You're all your lonesome and you shouldn't be. Probably should have opened up with Electric Genesis. I'm not saying no. So Electrostatic Bomb isn't going to be something that's going to stay there a long time like Electrocute. It's really going to be there for maybe 3 seconds, and then you just recast it. But remember, Electrostatic Bomb has a short cooldown, but it is a high power cost ability, so you spamming it, you can destroy your power bar really quickly. Oh, my bad. I don't care. It's shield strength. Now, a lot of players might get bored with basically spamming Shockwave the entire time, and I'm not going to fault you on it. So power interactions will last to 12 seconds, but I could use Static Push again, which is a supercharged generator. It works. Iron Spider, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crash. Really interested to see how the Felix Faust fight goes. Super! If I had to rebrand myself into a random anime character that some players do, I would definitely be Frankie. I couldn't roll my R's like he does, but I would definitely be a Frankie. My favorite power in the game is Rage. I'm all about that rage. About that rage. No indigos? I'm not a wordsmith, but I am a Red Lantern. I am all about that rage. Warrior's not even out, silly. It's the best. I play tank, so I love playing tank. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna use Circuit Breaker. I'm gonna unload on this guy like he was I don't know however you unload something like a dump truck. Alright. Let's do it! That's cool. You know what? Screw it. Let's take him out. Haven't taken them out before. You know what? Shockwave is probably a 200 power cost if I'm looking at it right. Gotta use a soda on that front. Next time, we're not gonna actually worry about those guys. Let's just stick with what I know, and that's breaking the barrier. When we break the barrier. Barrier, okay, it's broken. Just checking. Whoa! Woo, buddy. Remember, follow your mechanics. Follow your nose. Follow your nose. I play on PC, so it's on the PlayStation service. So, the one thing that, of course, Rage has that Electric doesn't is self-heals. Now, I could probably, again, I could drop in some Galvanize to have some healing over time for me, but we're using Flux as a shield, and we'll use our Soda. Okay, Catmon, you need to go. You need to go to bed, buddy. You've had a long day. With if you can come up with those lyrics, you need to go take a nap, buddy. I fear for you now. Can we take his drink away from him? The mentors, it honestly doesn't matter. The mentor system wasn't really something that was really polished in the game. I think they probably had some grand plans in the beginning when the game launched and all that, but it really didn't. It didn't really turn out to be something that was used. To me, at this point, like, mentors are just there as a place to start off with. You select Batman, you get to start some stuff in Gotham. If you start with Superman, you start in Little Bohemia in Metropolis, and if you start with Wonder Woman, you just start in Chinatown, Metropolis. But throughout you level the game, as you level throughout the game, you're gonna still go into Little Bohemia. You'll still go over to Gotham. You'll go to the different places still.
I am Artemis, born of the lost Amazon tribe, the Bana Migdal. I was a warrior without a home until.
Well, if you're not drunk, then dude, you need to get off some kind of medication or something to come up with that kind of thing. You should have not been sober coming up with that.
Ancient knowledge about my frail body, and protect her I shall. Prepare for glorious fighting. I'll show you their secret shared power. I shall wipe that smirk from your
Kind of waiting for the 300.
It will take more than that to see. I shall wipe that smirk from your lips. That hurt. Prepare for vengeance.
Fuck it. I really don't care.
Feel the fury of my blade. You think that was not me?
Cool.
It will take more than that.
I'll use my bubble, thank you. Bubble hood temp. Oh, yeah, shut that shit down.
Prepare for vengeance. My fist shall strike you down. I shall wipe that
Electro bomb.
from your lips. You think that will stop me? Well fought out.
There you go.
I hope your skills will be enough to help you gain what you seek. But I say this, beware of meddling in the affairs of gods. Nothing is what it seems.
So this was really my first time using the a straight polarized loadout when it came to play from the tray.
If you wish to rescue, you must travel to the land of the
I really don't even blame power regeneration at that point. It was my loadout,
a series
and spamming shockwave. I have to double check and see what was it. Shockwave's power cost.
at proving that pruning nothing
It's a 100, so it's supposed to be a spammer. All right, so I used it well.
However,
So yeah.
expect a work. Many have come before you, and all will fail.
All right, Carlos, man, you have a good night. Enjoy that movie, man. So I think if I gave it more time, I would probably understand it a little better, and polarized loadout will probably be better. But I mean, we still have our bread and butter from it is the fact that it's electrostatic bomb. Remember, it's a high power cost ability, and again, with a controller in your group, throwing that sucker out will be a breeze, just a breeze. You throw it out every 3 seconds, just static push, shockwave, electric genesis, however you really want to do it, and then electrostatic bomb, shockwave, 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 electrostatic bomb. In the theme aspect, will you get bored playing it like that? Yes. If you don't want to use shockwave, I probably could have used Spark Barrage, and we could have seen how that would have ran. It has a 0.5 cooldown. What does Shockwave have? 0.5. So you're still spamming something, and in my combo sense, like combos, it worked out for me because it worked out because I was using different abilities going into my combos and everything, but I was still spamming between two combos. Here, I'm basically in this play from the tray loadout. I put my PIs on, I throw electrostatic bomb, shockwave, 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 electrostatic bomb, shockwave, shockwave, shockwave. There's only, in my eyes, there's only so much that developers can really do to make a power fun and to also make it useful. There's only so much. Do I think that loadout was fun? It was fucking doable. The damage was outstanding. I loved to see the damage that Shockwave and everything did along with it. But do I, as a player, do I like standing there and spamming Shockwave like I did? I didn't like it. I really didn't. Will using Spark Barrage change my motivation behind it? Maybe. Could I have replaced Flux with Spark Barrage and have both Shockwave and Spark Barrage going back and forth like that? I probably would, and it probably would have changed my outlook on it. Replace a survival ability and put another ability in that could increase my DPS a bit? It might be. I went in with a little more survivability in mind, but the next turn around could probably be, hey, use this ability instead and have that be. We can see. So now I'm going to, well, I can't really because I can't. Doesn't have the required. Yeah. Is this fun or work? Do you mean testing? Because I find it both fun and work. I find it fun that I'm learning new things, and I'm having fun showing you guys and having discussions with it. But I also feel it's work because this video I have to highlight and I have to take it over there. It does feel backwards. It does. But at the same time, that's advanced mechanics. I mean, that's play from the tray. Play from the tray is supposed to be the spiritual successor to advanced mechanics. Now, remember that electrostatic bomb actually had a 12-second cooldown on it. It was because feedback from the forums when electricity was going on that they wanted it decreased. The dots cooldowns need to be decreased so we can use them a lot more. That's what we got. Electrostatic bomb changed from a 12-second or maybe 6 to 12 into a 3-second cooldown. I hated it. Voltaic bolt was a 12-second cooldown. Now's at 3. I hate it. Voltaic bolt and electrostatic bomb in those two aspects, those are my finishers. Those are my finishing abilities. Those are my hit number 4s. Those are my big hits. And I'm building, and in essence, I'm throwing my power interaction, using my big hits, and then using my smaller abilities until my big hit is back up. And then big hit, smaller abilities. That's how we play it in World of Warcraft. Your loadout is consistent with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or whatever. It's longest cooldowns first, unload those long cooldowns, and then go to your spam ability, and then back to your long cooldowns, spam your ability. That's basically how Warlocks were. Put your dot, put your dot, put your dot, spam Shadow Bolt, spam Shadow Bolt, spam Shadow Bolt, dot, 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 spam Shadow Bolt, spam, Demon, Shadow Bolt, dot, 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 Shadow Bolt, Shadow Bolt. That's Warlock in a nutshell. And Warlock is the top DPS power, or top DPS class in World of Warcraft. And that's how I kind of see how nature and electricity are. You unload your big hits, and you spam, and you hit your You hit your low power cost abilities and work and use those, spam those powers, and then you're back to your big abilities. Well, our big abilities have these short ass cooldowns, and you want to spam them. You just want to throw them out. If I was to play that loadout for hours, I would be bored. I would be bored because I'm spamming. I'm spamming Shockwave the entire time. Well, that's basically my #1 power to go to. Like I said, if I would have replaced Flux with Spark Barrage, so I can have 2 abilities to go back and forth to, because that's how I did in Rage. Rage, I did my Supercharged Generator, which is Static Push, Supercharged Generator to do my power interaction, Remorseless Recovery, so I could have a buff. That's why I didn't use Violence. Because Rage, Relentless Anger already did the power interaction. Durr. I did Druid. I just know Warlock because I made all the alts. I tried to play every class. I'm an altaholic. I try to understand everything. But so with Rage, I went back and forth between 2 abilities, which I really probably should have gotten rid of. Vengeance. Vengeance is a good power because it's a dot, but if I had Vengeance, I can probably just get rid of Relentless Anger. But I went back between Revenge and Frenzy, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I probably, into my Rage loadout, I could have definitely used Outrage. I could have used Eviscerate and Chain, because my power back was significant enough that I could afford to put a 300 power in there. Most players, like I said, were using Gall and Eruption. That's your 300 big power. In here, I was only using 1 ability to spam until Electrostatic Bomb was off cooldown. That's a 3-second cooldown. Goku-sama, thank you so much. I'm being racist. I'm so sorry. Goku-sama. So I could have. I still to this day do not like the short cooldown on Electrostatic Bomb. I just don't like it because I feel like I can spam it, and I don't want to spam it. I mean, true, every 3 seconds, because how it is now, it's off cooldown every 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds, you should be throwing Electrostatic Bomb. You should be. So like I said, it's Static Push, Shockwave, Electrostatic Bomb. Shockwave, 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 Electrostatic Bomb. Static Push, Shockwave, Shockwave, Electrostatic Bomb. Shockwave, Shockwave, Electrostatic Bomb. So you get 2 Shockwaves in before you need to use Electrostatic Bomb again. It's crazy as hell. Kratz92, thank you so much for the follow. Look at my cup. I'm getting thirsty with all the heads and my icons. It's great. Great stuff. And like I said, using Flux, changing out Flux, get my survivability out of the way, I can come in and use Shockwave, Spark Barrage, Shockwave, Spark Barrage, Electrostatic Bomb. Shockwave, Spark Barrage, Electrostatic Bomb. To me, it can get boring, but play from the tray is advanced mechanics, and some advanced mechanics will be boring. That's nature of the beast, and I'm hoping we can find a way to make it non-boring. I mean, we have access to all these powers now. We have access to all the powers. I could use my electrified. I could use electrified powers in my play from the tray if I want, but most of my electrified abilities are kind of all dots. They're kind of like all damage over times. Kinda sucks. Kinda sucks a little bit. And they have they have some long cooldowns, so you're really just standing there twiddling your thumbs like, what are you doing? I'm playing from the tray. What are you just standing there for? Waiting for my dots to come off a cooldown. Alright, let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. I'm waiting. Cooldowns, man, cooldowns! It's trial and error, though. Trial and error. But, so for electricity, from what I've seen so far, and what I do remember from when I was playing it before, you're looking at Polarize is going to be your play from the tray, and Electrify is going to be your hybrid because of how their dots work. But I need to go activate my precision build. No. No. I'll find it. Yes. Stat points. Now, this is where it's going to get funky, okay? And we need to go back and because we're going to need to respec. This is where it's going to get real funky real fast, guys. I hope you guys are ready to bring the funk, bring the noise. Because we are going to do a weapon. We're going to check out the weapon pack. The weapon for it. Good old weapons. And to do weapons, we are going to spec into the weapon masteries. I think... Let me get done with this, and let me send a text to someone. So we're gonna do super speed first. Let me send this text real fast. Because we're as soon as I get done with this, I'll switch over to fire. I'm gonna try another fire loadout. Silly Aaron. So with our weapons. So for those who have not actually seen this yet, Aaron, Kratz, don't fall into her trap. She knows exactly what she is doing. The minx. So, for the players who have never seen this stuff before, this is our weapon trees. The stats innates are no longer in weapon trees; they're all in their own little section. So, and this is what it looks like. You got your normal combos; it's all been redesigned, and then you have your actual weapon mastery. That it requires 8 points in the hand blasters. So that means you have to have 8 points into hand blasters. You have to basically unlock all of them all. Yeah, you only play support. That's right. I know. So... Okay, so, and then once you get your weapon mastery, we are going to spec into the actual other weapon masteries. Yeah, this isn't... Yeah, the weapon proficiency apparently does not count. You have to have... Unlock all... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Yeah. I miscounted. So we'll unlock that. We'll need to go put points into brawling now. And it's not like before where you only had to pick and choose the certain powers to unlock it. We have to actually do it. Did they fix the longer weapon mastery? The longer ones did around the same damage. I am not sure. I don't remember if they did those changes or not. Let's go put our 8 points in here. Oh, I should have actually been removing these from our addition. So we're at 166 minus the 5 minus the 9 from hand blasters. Yeah, we're saying 9 in hand blasters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah. Now we're doing 9 here again. So 9. On. No, well, oh, I actually don't need. Okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about, Cap. 1 sec. I see what you're talking about. So, for hand blasters, we'll unlock everything. So, for ground pound, I just need hand blastery, brawling, and ground pound. So we'll get that. Nope, you have to put all the points into it. Because I need ground pound, which is here, but I also need the brawling mastery, so you have to put points into everything to unlock it. Because now that I have it, because I needed brawling mastery, so I had to put all the points into it. Which, pretty sure that was a 9. Yeah. And we'll do the next two in a moment. Hand blasters was bow. So that's -9. And then -4. Read the bottom text. Yeah, what about it? Increases weapon attack damage with the hand blaster equipped. I know. Okay, I know what you're saying, Cap, but I'm actually going to be doing the weapon mastery combos. That's why I'm unlocking it. I'm actually doing the combos. I understand that I'm going to be, my hand blasters will be increased, but I'll be doing my hand blaster combos and the weapon mastery combos too. That's why I chose these 4. So I have 130. Ouch. Well, let's go ahead and minus 20 that. And then minus 40. And minus 1. So, with getting my crits, after I get my crits, and my both of my crits, and then putting 1 point into my weapon mastery, I'll have 69 skill points to put into precision. And my basic attack is now increased. So we're putting 69 points into your precision. Which, when you think about it, play from the tray, yeah, it's just there for extra damage, yeah. So if with play from the tray, it goes 100, yeah, I put, because I didn't have to spend any points into my weapon, because I'm not using it, all my points went into power, went into that stat. But now I'm having to put less points in here. So if you're going to go weapon mastery, you're probably going to want to look at having more than the usual. Possibly. Because apparently I feel precision, well, of course precision scales much differently than power. But yeah. So, 69, yep. What's my weapon DPS is 3, yeah. There's my precision damage, which I would have to do math about that. My weaponization rating, though, dear lord, I can throw some shit. But alright. Alright, so let's take a look at the loadout, which is not right. Well, it's kind of right, but not really. So literally, that's weapon DPS. That's it. Oh, damn it. Go back. Excuse me. Or you don't have, that's true, you don't have to get your weapon mastery combos. You really don't have to. For me, I'm wanting to because I'm weapons. I have weapon mastery as a choice to increase my damage, so I'm definitely gonna use it. Because I mean, if you say that yeah, I'm weapon mastery, that's what I am. Oh cool, which oh, your hand blasters. Do you use your brawling? Nah. Do you use your bow? Nah. Then what the fuck are you weapon mastering then? Come on, I mean, move up into other things. But again, it's all about player thing. I may run. What about a shield though? That's true. That's true. I'll get there in a moment, Raph. Stop interrupting my rants. So it's another thing that we may have to test. Is test a weapons loadout, a weapons build with weapon mastery combos, and then without. So in a weapons tray here, you're just doing whatever. You know it. Now using robot sidekick, that could have been another thing, but I need. If I use robot sidekick, I would need to use I need to respec because I wouldn't be using 166 then. So with your weapon mastery loadout, you really only need wired. Wire is going to increase your weapon is a weapon buff for 12 seconds, and the cooldowns last for 12 seconds. So that's basically what you're spamming. It is a 300 base power cost, so it's a high power cost. And remember, your power generation is basically null. You're going to have to rely on your weapon attacks to regen your power, so you can keep wired up. Now, one of the other things about this is survivability. Well, you definitely want to put your shield up. You want your flux. You'll want it. Robot Sidekick is a good choice. When you have Robot Sidekick out, your passive power regeneration is going to be lessened. So, what's the hurt of it? It's going to be lessened even more. Who cares? Now, again, with using dots, you're using a hybrid build. You're using a hybrid build. So I am being very direct with how the developers are wording this. If I'm weapons only, I am only using weapons. My abilities will be all passive abilities for me. My main damage is going to come from my weapons. Robot Sidekick, probably would use it. Extra DPS and everything. But even then, even in my mindset, I'm even iffy if I even want to use it in that role. You can't really use, I mean, I'm not even wanting to use a supercharged generator. I'm really not. Because, again, supercharged generator, wherever it is, like static push, that's a static push uses the power interaction. I'm not using the power interaction. What do I need it for? I'm not utilizing it. Oh, the Robot Sidekick is a supercharge, isn't it? Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, the only supercharge that I would probably use would probably be Circuit Breaker, because Circuit Breaker just increases my damage output. So Circuit Breaker would be there. But that's really it. That is literally it. I would probably use... Yeah, Bioelectric Surge would be there so I can heal myself. But, I mean, literally, that's it. I am going by how the developers have said it. Weapons only is weapons only. That's it. I don't care. I really don't care. And like I say, Robot Sidekick is kind of like iffy for me, because yeah, it does help out, but it's blah. It's also another ability that, but it's a pet. It's a neat little pet. I am wanting to have weapons only be weapons only. I have my attack buff, and that's it. My attack buff, I'm good to go. If I'm dying, I'll use Flux to protect myself, Circuit Breaker to buff my damage even more, and then Bioelectric Surge to give myself some self-heals. That's it. Neo Venom Supercharge is a good choice. That is correct. Neo Venom is another one to use as well. Ooh, my god, that wouldn't... Oh, I might have to respec another time and do that too. Circuit Breaker and Neo Venom going at it and see if it pumps up. No, I don't, Curse. I really don't. When I see hybrid, it's powers and abilities. That's, I mean, Electricity's electrified PIs with the dots is a perfect example. There you go. But if I have to use a offensive ability, I'm not weapons only anymore. I'm hybrid. If I have an offensive damaging ability in there, then it's not weapons. I'm hybrid. And if you're hybrid, and that was another thing in the post, if you are a hybrid player, do not spec into Power Mastery or Weapon Mastery, because you are hindering yourself. So if you put a point into Weapon Mastery, you're weapons only. If you're specking yourself into Power Mastery, you're a player from the tray. If you don't touch any of those two, you're hybrid. Those two are only for specializations. If I put point into Weapon Mastery and I use offensive abilities, I'm kind of hindering myself when it comes to that DPS. That DPS might be a little, that damage might be extra, but it's not potent enough because I don't have the power regeneration to back that up. My weapons, I'm pretty sure the weapons might be able to do it, but you kind of want that passive power regeneration to help you out greatly in that regard. So that's how me as a player, that's how I'm seeing it. If I'm weapons only, I'm weapons only. I have, my loadout is support. It's all support abilities to benefit me as a player for that role. Now it does get a little tricky because not every weapons ability has self-heals. Fire, you're gonna be fucking great. You'll be just fine. Rage is fine. Celestial, fine. Hard light, it has a shield. Atomic, self-heals. Gadgets, shield. Everybody has a shield, so everybody can probably use the shield. Self-heal, oh my god, well, munitions. It has a self-heal, but it's a supercharge, and that sucks. Correct. You're not using the PI, you're just using the build supercharge faster. In my eyes, I feel it as a waste. I do feel it as a waste. And the logic is not flawed. Your logic is sound that I'm just using it to build my supercharge a lot faster. And I probably have the power to blow on it and do it. But I think... Oh, shut up. I think for now, though, I'm not going to use it. And I'm going to see how I can do with a supercharge without using the generator. Because there also might be... And also remember this, not every supercharged generator is not the same. My static push is a ranged ability. Where, I mean, of course I can use it in melee too, but not every supercharged generator is made the same. And it's also really an issue with me too. But I'm ranged. If I was ranged on rage, as an example, as a rage player, if I was hand blasters, I wanted to sit in the back and use hand blasters all day, every day, because you know I'm using the rank hand blasters. I can't use my supercharged generator because Relentless Anger pushes me, it lunges me forward into the fight. So I'm now in melee range, and I could screw up and die, and you know hit at the wrong time. So not every power has that benefit that it can be used in certain situations. So in my mindset, because not every supercharged generator is the same, I'd rather just not use it. Because now if every supercharged generator was ranged, or it had an option to be ranged or an option to be melee, it would be a whole different story. But because I have that mindset that it's not the same for every power, and I don't want to get comfortable using static push in a range setting for one power and then go to another one and I'm still range, but Relentless Anger puts me in melee and it's like, I don't want to be up here, I want to be back there, but I have to use this to build up my supercharge. I just want to see how it looks out with that. There might be when either, if I can get, I probably won't be able to get to it tomorrow because I actually have chores I gotta do. So if I don't get to it tomorrow, when the status revamp comes back, it will be something to look at to use that supercharged generator. I'm not saying no to the idea, it's just I'm saying it for my benefit as a tester. I don't want to use it because not all of them across the powers are the same. And it's going to be separate situations for it. And if most players might actually build their loadout around their supercharged generator. Relentless Anger, you're going to be melee the whole time. I'm already playing melee DPS as it is with play from the tray. It's not really going to be different with my weapons, but we'll see what happens. But like Kratz said, Neo Venom Supercharge is not a bad idea. If I would have remembered that the iconics were there, I probably would have put that supercharge in there. But at the same time, again, without the supercharged generator, and also I'm not even sure how fast I'm going to build up supercharge with using weapons only. I'm really am interested to see how well it does. Oh I am pretty sure I did. Oh, god damn it. Wait. I only used 160? Oh, that's right. I respec'd again. So that's, yeah, 160. I did my math wrong. Now I'm at 165. Oh damn it! I can't remember how big the supercharge was. Was it a 2? Was it a 100? I cannot remember. I'm gonna skip using it for now because I cannot remember how much it was. So I'm just gonna only use one. So we'll go to 70. Yay! Hey, Dallas. Alright, so now we're at 166. Station's up at the max. Okay. That's better. That's better. The revamp is getting there. It's still a process, but I mean, I'm liking changes I'm seeing. Again, Capmon, I'm only using one supercharge because I'm not using supercharge generator. And honestly, for a weapons DPS, it's because you have the ability to use pets. I guess you would use them, and I guess you would use offering too. But in my eyes, that loadout, that spells hybrid to me. I think every player, when they use weapons, is going to be a lot different. But there's going to be those players who are going to have that role-playing mindset that I'm Deathstroke. I don't use pets. I don't use that kind of thing. I just use weapons. Do. And that's kind of where the mentality for weapons-only DPS comes from. It's wanting to use weapons, and that's it. Players who, I guess, like a munitions character, will probably, like, use it. But that's also probably going to bring about the imbalance of weapons, of the weapon playstyle, because you never know. Players are going to come in with their own specific loadouts and come in with it. Because every player will probably use robot sidekick, so they can have that extra DPS in there. And then there's going to be the sorcery players. They're going to drop out all these pets and still use offering in their weapons only. And they're going to come out and say, "Oh man, my weapons DPS and sorcery is badass. Oh my god, what weapon are you using? Hand blasters? Really? I'm using it too. On electricity, it's not looking the same." It's like, oh, well, I'm also using my pets. What the fuck? Weapons only, again, in my eyes, and I'm going by how the developers said it, it's for weapons. True, you have all these empty space on the loadout, and I would put support things there. Pets with sorcery, I would not put pets in my weapons loadout. I might get shunned for it, but they can fuck off, because I'm playing weapons how I want to play weapons. I don't know if weapons will be better all said and done, and I honestly don't want one playstyle better than the other. I kind of want, I want hybrid to be the standard, and I actually want weapons and playstyle to be better than hybrid, only because those are specializations. But I mean, if they have a way to, and if they somehow make it where hybrid, if all three are balanced across the board, then more power to it. Yeah, I'm at that end of the spectrum. I'm at weapons only. As a electric player, I'm using... I mean, and I get the sorcery build, I really do. But as an electric player, I'm using what I can on my with my power to benefit my playstyle. Support abilities. I can heal and I can shield. With rage, I can heal, I can shield. With ice, I can shield. I can shield for days. And that's kind of how... And so, I mean, sorcery using pets will probably work because you're using it to your benefit. But at the same time, you are... Even in the ice and even in the rage, using shields, it can probably fluster it up a little bit. Must always. Fuck you, hunters. Alright, so let's flux with that. Solar flame. Is there someone still alive who just... Okay. Exactly. I think when... And that's where... And this is also why I hate playing DPS as well. We're going to get those arguments where players are going to say using Robot Sidekick is the best way to play weapons. Like, well, you're only playing weapons, that's it. Like, you're playing with weapons, that's how you're supposed to play. If you're using, like, an offensive ability, you're playing hybrid. And the definition for that is going to get more skewed, and players are going to argue about it on the forums more and more. And you're going to get those players like me who are on that spectrum, where I'm only using my support and my weapon buff and just spamming my powers. Or I'm spamming my weapons, and that's it. And there are going to be players who are asking, well, where's your Robot Sidekick? Like, I'm not using it. I'm weapons only. It's like, no, to do DPS and weapons only, you need to have your Robot Sidekick. Who dictated that? Did the developers dictate it? If the developers didn't dictate it, then fuck off.
See if you can find it and see what is going on.
There's only so much that I will take from the community with a grain of salt, and even I expect it from players who are looking at my videos too. You can disagree all you want. It's not going to hurt my feelings. It's a loadout that I found comforting for myself. If a player copies it, awesome. If they don't and they have something better, please post it in there, and I'll give some feedback on why I didn't choose it. And salah, we move on. But so far, we are so focused with the play from the tray that we never took the time to look at weapons only to figure out what works and what doesn't. And now that play from the tray may actually be, it may be good, we're going to start seeing the flaws of weapon mastery, where players are going to talk about bringing in certain abilities and get there. That's why I still laugh at one of the players when I was first streaming the revamp stuff. Players, a couple players would come in and say, "Why are you testing weapons with this power? Oh my God, you're wasting weapons. When you test weapons with one power, you're testing it with all." Clearly, you're not. Clearly, you're not. And with hybrid, I actually think the opposite. With hybrid, especially with electricity here, I see my main damage from hybrid coming from powers, and then my weapons just add to it. Weapons aren't my main focus in hybrid. It's the actual abilities, and then I do weapons until my dots are off cooldown. And again, that might fall upon power by a power basis. Who knows? But I definitely think I will be using shields in every weapon loadout. Because it means survivability, right? And you're right, Robot Sidekick is the pet for the players who don't have a pet. But still, in my eyes, I don't see a Robot Sidekick being an option for weapons. I think in the long run for DPS players in this video game, it might be so they can maximize their damage for it. But just for me, at this time, I really don't want to use it. I'm not even sure what's going to happen with pet trinkets. I'm not. That's a balance that needs to be done too. Not sure why I'm pressing my button so hard. It's not going anywhere. Man, I love shields. Love them to death. Don't look at me. I'm done. I'm all spent. Had that Sunny D for the past week. Now I can open up a new one. Yeah. Line of sight bullshit. Yes, why I had to stop using the mouse. Well, one of them. Alright. So, let's... Why is Vortex... because I put a point into... Yeah, okay, I know why Vortex Trap is there. Luckily, I don't have to use that trigger. I'm gonna use my supercharge. Because I'm a jerk.
Close that portal and stop those wayward shades.
I'm not gonna worry about destroying the souls. Person. Wasn't big of a heal. I probably could have used Galvanize so I can actually get a heal over time. That's okay, because Felix is about to die. Oh my god. No, shoot. Stupid Vortex Trap. Can't believe I fell for it.
Faust's attempt to utilize the chaotic energies of the underworld is just one of the unintended
It
consequences.
would not make it do more damage. You're right.
With Circe at his side, there is no
The
telling
vortex
what
trap.
havoc
Get out of
will
here.
wreak upon the world. Rescuing my mother is the key to defeating
I almost
them.
died because of
I
vortex
want
trap.
to have to send you back to Themyscira until this war had
The
ended.
jerk. I think it's the interrupts that's causing it, Curse. Because I definitely took more damage. And I think it is because of the interrupts. And that's why I make sure to have a shield and also a heal. And also remember that weapon mastery combos do not give power back. They do not give power back. Correct, I could put Galvanize and Biocapacitor on here too. Yeah, weapon mastery combos like the arrow fling and the explosive shot, those are only doing extra damage. They don't give power back. Nope, they do not. They are just there for extra damage purposes. Jerk. Now, it could be to the point where I could have just saved skill points, put all my points into hand blasters just to get the extra damage and ignore weapon mastery combos and see how that goes. But I wanted to have the safety net of weapon mastery combos just to have that extra bit of damage. Now, whether or not whether speccing into weapon mastery combos is better or hurts than speccing into precision, because I definitely did lose, what, 18, 19, 20, 20, 22. I missed about 22 skill points. Those 22 skill points could have gone into precision and increased my precision damage a lot more. So, which is more beneficial? Weapon mastery combos or 22 extra points into your precision stat? They are here just to look pretty. You're right, Capcom. You are right. Because I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and gay. I feel pretty. What? I know words. Don't hate. Appreciate. Good God, am I just juggling her today? Is Artemis going to stand? There she goes. Haha. Bitch. Haymaker. Smack attack! What's up? What's up, Artemis?
But I say this: beware of meddling in the affairs.
I got nothing.
Gods. Nothing is what it seems.
Super! It was not worsting a rap for the pure fact that my words are actually the lyrics from the song. So that was weapon masteries. That was weapons only.
Brave seeker. I have the knowledge you crave,
Boop.
but I am afraid it will do you no good. Ares
How
has taken
awesome is
the
that?
matter to Artemis. If you wish to rescue
Artemis
her,
basically
you must
got
travel to the
juggled.
land of the gods.
She didn't
They
do
are protective of their
what?
own.
She dropped down what? Maybe 2 of her inferno
A series
arrows.
of impossible tasks that keep mere mortals.
I don't know why I'm listening to her. I've listened to her enough.
If you succeed at pulling the
But yeah, that was smooth. That was, and the only reason Felix Faust was a hassle was because of the mechanics of that fight, where every 25% he bubbles up. You're right, Curse. It keeps it fresh because now, and this is another thing that you're going to get from the collegiate of DPS players that apparently are going on the test server. You know, we had that secret society of PvP experts. Now we have the secret society of DPS players on test. Fucking A. So, what we're probably going to see is players are going to look at weapons and they're going to get, all right, this is the weapon to use. This is the rotation. Tap. You just spam this combo. Like for hand blasters, Solar Flare was the #1 power to use, or weapon combo to use. And why did I use it? Well, because I like hand blasters, and I was also going into explosive arrow too, because I like explosive arrow. I'm not sure if the weapon mastery combos have been balanced in terms of damage, depending on what's going on. I don't know. I probably actually need to look up my overview and double check on that, which you can find over at Trexlight.com. And weapons are probably going to need another balance pass down the line. What that will entail, I'm not sure. I've only used hand blasters. I have not used every single weapon and gone into a fight to see how it works. Hand blasters and bow has basically been my go-to because those are 2 favorite of my powers. Yeah, I think they've only had that one little bump. A couple of, I think like 1 revamp ago. And I think Penryn found some issues with the weapon mastery combos too. But, so that's it. I was going to do fire, but it's already midnight and I want to go to bed. Don't hate me. Appreciate it. We're going to go to bed. Bed sounds so much fun. You can also go for 1 or 2 combos instead of all 4 to save skill points. That's true too. Depends on the player. For me, I want to use all 4 because I wanted to have both my 2 ranged ones to mix it up, keep it fresh, keep it light. And I wanted to have both of my melee combos, keep it fresh, keep it light. And that's what you're not going to see when it comes to this collegiate of DPS players and the like. Is they're going to give you this rotation and that's where you want to go with it. Well, that's not me as a player. It might be for you, it might be for you, it might be for you, but it's not for me. As you saw, I used different weapon combos the entire time. I didn't want to stand there and keep spamming over and over again one combo. Solar Flame. You know what? I don't want to use Solar Flame. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's bring in some Meteor. Yeah, we use a Meteor. You know what? Pulse Beam. Let's mix it up a bit. Will that hurt my damage? Fuck it, I don't know. Thing's gonna die. Whoopee. Am I gonna be top scoreboard chaser? Fuck the scoreboard. Your scoreboard is a lie. You give the scoreboard so much faith. You put it on such a high pedestal. And it sits on a throne of lies. It's fake news. It doesn't mean shit. Mind blown. But take it back to play from the tray, it does not flow like Weapon Mastery does. Well, from what I've seen. Combos are closer to it, but still off. You could probably use Weapon Mastery for hours and be fine and be ready to go. Play from the tray, give it an hour, and you will be bored. That's advanced mechanics in a nutshell for me. That's advanced mechanics in a nutshell. I'm pretty sure Quantum, I can go to sleep using that loadout. Play from the tray is advanced mechanics. If you're bored with advanced mechanics, you'll be bored with play from the tray. There's not much that really can be done there. And also remember this as well, is we are playing an MMO game. In this genre, we use rotations. Weapons, you're kind of willy-nilly. You just go really wherever you want to. When it comes to actually when you're using your tray, you have a set rotation, and that's the rotation that you have to go with. I can tell you now, even in World of Warcraft, do I fall asleep playing my druid? Yeah, I really do. Moonfire, Sunfire, Starfall, Lunar Strike, Lunar Strike, Lunar Strike, meet Sunfire, Moonfire, Starfall, Lunar Strike. Oh wait, no, I'm in nature. Crap, I'm in the wrong rotation. Wrath, Wrath, Wrath. Eclipse now? Okay. Solar, Sunfire, Moonfire, Lunar Strike, Lunar Strike. It's all about rotations, and they can get boring. They can get boring, but that's literally the game that we play. It's all about boring rotations. I have not found even in that other game, Skyforge, it has a rotation. There's rotations there too. It mixes up with some weapon combos, but you're still using a rotation, in a sense. And that's true too. Range combos for a ranged loadout, melee combos for a melee loadout. Completely understandable. Completely. But and you know what? That mentality is good. You're gonna find in alerts, and you'll find it in raids. In solo content, I feel comfortable with having both. Now, of course, I really didn't need melee because what am I doing in melee range? I'm interrupting. That's all. I can just lunge and then roll the fuck back. Curse, you are weird, but that's why we love you. Well, like you. We like you. Circle yes or no. Do you like me? Honestly, even the advanced mechanic for fire, I get bored with it. I get so bored with it. Burn Determination, Fire Burst, Flame Cascade, Fire Burst, Flame Cascade. Fuck it. Burn Determination, Fire Burst, Flame Cascade, Flame Cascade. Like, I get bored. And you're switching it up between two or three powers. Throwing a little mass debt in a little bit because, you know, you're a rebel. But you're mixing it. You're just mixing up between two powers, and that's probably my issue that I had with electricity. Was I wasn't mixing it up because I only had that one spam ability. If I put Spark Barrage in there, I might have had a little bit more fun with it because I'm going back between two powers. Technically, really spamming these two powers while I'm waiting for my big ability to come up. But work in progress still. Still work in progress, and I think the power changes that we have now is good. Now, I am saying good because I'm in the mindset from as a Rage player with my combos. Using Rage, using my combos in that loadout that I did as a Rage player worked fine for me. Gadgets having probably a little issues there according to Pinrun. You're still having some issues. Gadgets just needs to get retouched upon again because it's all sorts of everywhere. I might try out. Electricity with this loadout was fine. I definitely felt that using 3 high power abilities was killing my power. It would not survive boss fights. It just wouldn't. So I said no to that. But switching up to the polarized, it was power efficient. What's another power that I've played? Munitions. Well, munitions I already had a good rotation on. No, I'm sorry. Munitions I play hybrid. That's why I was okay with it, because I played hybrid with munitions. So now I would need to go over to munitions and play from the tray there. Because of the new power generation for play from the tray, I can now go to all the powers and go and play from the tray and be happy. And actually find a loadout. It's like, hey, I found this. Looky looky. Because really that power generation was bullshit. But now it's fucking great. That's why Machete has an add-on for your rotation. That's right. Click, and it just does everything for you. Thanks, scripts. Thanks, macros. That's probably why we won't actually have add-ons or anything for this game, because we could definitely get the hackers involved. And they ruin it for everybody. They ruin it for everybody. So, alright, guys, that's it for me for tonight. I will... On live with Rage, your combos is your AM. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, with Rage. Yeah, I basically do. That I cannot really fathom playing Rage in a hybrid. It would be so... It's just so funky. It's just weird. Because we're combo players. We're rotating our combos and having fun with it. You do a Rage combo and then you bring in a weapon combo with it. It's now with Frenzy you could do it. Like Frenzy, you just start clawing and you just keep tapping your melee and you start going into your martial arts combos or your dual wield or one-handed combos. So I mean, maybe Frenzy finally found some luck in a hybrid build and just claw, shink. What the hell? You have two swords too? That's right, bitch. I am badass. Cut. And guess what I'm going to do? Put those back. Here comes the claws. Hybrid for combos is weird. Atomic can do it. Atomic might be the only power to do it. And here's to the players that are able to test hybrid with Rage, Heartlight, or Celestial. Take the combos out of Rage. If I did not do the Rage combos, I definitely would still be fine. If I did not have to do the Rage combos, I would probably be switching out between... I would basically hit Revenge, Frenzy. Wow, Frenzy would just be weird. It's like, huh, Revenge, Frenzy. Just, that's it. It's one hit. And then just Outrage, and then Eviscerate and Chain. Make basically a rotation of the Rage combos, but just don't do the combo input. Because not doing the combo input, I mean, because remember, combo inputs, they cost power. Without that power, like these are pretty spammy powers here. Wow, Frenzy, spamming Frenzy would just be cut. I should try that one night. Oh my god, it sounds horrible. You know what? Not doing the Rage inputs would probably how hybrid would have to work. That might work for hybrids. Damn. I can't stream tomorrow, guys. I just can't. I gotta do chores. I have to do laundry. I need clean clothes. But give me a second. I might record it, though. I might record it. Without using combo... Not using combo inputs. Okay. I'll see if I can get that tomorrow. Yeah, see, that rotation, Catmon, fuck that rotation. I can't I can't do that. I guess no. I can't do it because I have to. If my hybrid play style, the way I play hybrid, I have to. I unload my loadout, and then I do weapon attacks to end up with it. Yeah, I just can't do it that way. Hybrid to me is the way I play hybrid, and I did it with electricity, and that's why it's probably why I'm used to it. Because other players will have to be changed up too. I just want to unload my loadout with all let the cooldowns go, and then just use my weapon combos just to do damage until everything's back off of cooldown. And then unload the loadout. Here comes the weapon combos. Unload the loadout. Here comes the weapon combos. That's how I want to see. That's how I see me playing hybrid. And as soon as I'm about to log off, my favorite kitty comes onto the stream. Mew, Vagenda. Mew. Meow, say, meow. Now you think you're a tough cat, see? That's true. You lean more towards the might, power, or weapon precision. That's correct. Like these are your play styles, and then there's loadouts within these play styles that players will figure out. Yeah, you just missed about 2 hours of testing stats revamp stuff. I didn't get to play sorcery. I'm sorry. Right, guys. Time for me to go brush my teeth, go to Betty Buys, and dream of some people. You know who I'm dreaming of. You know who you are. So be sure to follow me on social media over on Facebook.com/Trexlight and also on Twitter @ThisIsTrex. You can also of course, make sure to hit the follow button. And one of these days, I am hoping to get a sub button. But until then, you guys have the choice to go over to my Patreon page and support me over at patreon.com/Trexlight. Get yourself some perks. And if you're $5 or more, you get your name at the end of my videos for the month that you are a Patreon supporter. And you also get hugs. You get hugs. Thank you, Burka Dave, and thank you, Laura Smith. Thank you so much, guys, for being in my Patreon supporters. You guys are in the hugger class. You guys are my huggers. Thank you so much. And I will be streaming on Friday for Ask DCUO at 6 p.m. Eastern. Cross our fingers that there is one. And at the same time, for the fact that there is going, if or isn't, go ahead and mark on your calendars, 7 p.m. Make it 7:30 p.m. on Friday. We'll do another episode, a new episode of a DCUO podcast. Another podcast episode will be recorded on Friday. Because I don't have a D&D game, and 2, Sundays are getting really hectic for me because I have an American Gods podcast I have to do. Just gets really hectic a bit. So, alright guys, and ladies, thank you guys so much for watching. I love all you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys Friday. Mwah. Night, everybody. And thank you guys for filling up the cup. Love the cup. I'm going to go drink some right now. Thirsty.